Hello, Trevor. Let me look at your piece here. Okay. All right. So I think the top two definitely work the best. I really like this one right here, but the first letter looks like an O. So this one works better. God is so clever. I really like it. So my only suggestion with this one is get that kerning absolutely perfect. And the way you do that is you put the cursor in between the letters, you hold down the Alt key, and you move the left and right arrow keys. And if you've never really played with kerning before, this is a great place to start. See, that's the address, but this is a game that'll infuriate you, trust me. And it just basically trains you to start to look at the spaces between letters. It's a problem with a lot of these, that's pretty good. A lot of these handmade fonts, like on the font.com, this is the only issue that I found with them is they don't have the proper software to make fonts. So sometimes some combinations get together and it looks like there's an extra space between the letters, or the spacing between the Y's, the V's, and the W's are always uneven. So you got to get in there and hand kern. So this is a fun, look how, 73. So this is a fun site that sort of trains your eye with some of these hard kerning challenges. 73, that doesn't bode well. So it's pretty hard, but I highly recommend that you do it before you even go back and look at your, oh, I did terrible. I swear I've gotten like 98 on this before. Before you get into kerning. There's a lot of information about kerning on the internet too. Another trick that people do is they take the document and they flip it upside down, and it helps them start to see the letters as just objects rather than something to read. And that helps you get the spacing just right as well. Come on, keep going. 88. I don't know how I do differently on this every single time, but I'm going to stop looking at it. Okay, so I like this one the most because you can clearly see the C and the A. The only issue, I'm wondering if you didn't do this in Illustrator because the letters have that jaggedy edge. You never get that in a vector-based program. And of course, because you want to be able to reproduce this in many different mediums, many different sizes, you want to use Illustrator or even InDesign for logo design. All right. The other piece is, I think this F and C is really pretty cool. This, although you also get an L, so I might keep playing with that. This font reminds me of a font called Copperplate that was insanely popular before my kids were born. I don't hate it, but at the same time, I'm not sure that this is a fully thought out layout because it's not really tied against the layout. Against the logo rather, and the logo is very rounded and fast looking. It has more of a contemporary feel, and then the words fan cave, etc. Look almost Victorian, so there's sort of a subtle clash there. This one, I like that you made a cave, but I don't think that this would reduce well. That gradient doesn't print great, and imagine this really small. It's going to be really hard to read. So I like the direction you're going in, but I would probably sketch this out a whole bunch more times. In the meantime, I think this top one works excellently. It's contemporary, it's precise, it's instant, it's very graphic. It would work at any size. And again, I like this one too, but the first letter looks like an O. So think about how you could remedy that. All right, let me know if you have any questions.